Hello everyone, welcome back to our chapter 3 of the Azure AI Services series. So in the previous chapter we understood the basic of artificial intelligence, machine learning and got an overview of Azure AI Services. We mostly covered the theoretical part there, exploring the categories like cognitive services, applied AI service and Azure machine learning. But this chapter is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a hands-on. Here we will focus specifically on Azure Cognitive Services. Within that, we will start with two very important categories, that is vision and speech. The remaining categories like language and decision we will cover in the next chapter. Rather than going deep into a theory again, we will move straight to the practical implementation where I have created a small React app to demonstrate these services. First, we will walk through the app and then we quickly jump to the Azure portal to see how we can create and configure these services step by step. And finally, we'll integrate them into a real application. So without wasting time, let's get started with our first practical demo of Azure Cognitive Service, Vision and Speech. So I have created a small React app and in that I have created two sections. So first section is basically for vision. So we'll upload an image and according to that uploaded image, we'll try to recognize what type of image is this. And the second section is for speech. We'll add a text and according to that we'll create or generate a speech for that particular text. So for that I have created these two functions, handle image upload and the second is handle text to speech. And we'll integrate this endpoint and key once we created this Azure AI services. So now quickly jump to the Azure portal and create our first Azure AI service. So once we log into the Azure portal, then we'll be navigating to this landing page or the dashboard page of Azure portal, where we need to do the global search to find any specific service in Azure. Before we creating our vision service, we have to create the resource group as I have already covered in my previous chapter. So resource group is mandatory to create any service in Azure portal. So let's create the resource group. So for that, again, if you found this resource group service over here, otherwise you can simply do this resource group search. Then let's click on this, and then once you click, then you will be navigating to this page. Then we have to click on this plus create button. Once we click, then we'll be navigating to this create resource group page where the subscription is auto populated and we have to give the name. So I'll give you the name that is TAAI or cog, and then the region that will use the central India, but if you want, you can change as per the requirement. And let's simply click on review plus create. So it's validating the details that we entered, and once that is done, then let's click on the create. And once we click, then you can see on the right corner that resource group is successfully created. And once we go to the resource group, then we'll get all the details of that created resource group. So again, let's go back to the dashboard or landing page, and we have to create this first vision service, AI service. So simply you can search by vision or computer vision. And once you click on this service, then we'll be navigating to this page where you can see there are a couple of other services too, but we have to first create this vision and then we have to move for the speech service. So let's click on the create computer vision. Then once we click, then we'll again navigate to the details page where we have to select the resource group. So we have created just TA Cognitive AI demo. So let's select that resource group, then the region. So let's select Central India. Then we have to give the name for this vision. So I'll give the TA vision demo and the tier pricing tier. So we have to select this free tier, so it's free for first 5,000 calls. So we'll select this free tier and then to enable this checkbox. The meaning of this checkbox enabling is that we have agreed with all the terms and condition for this service. So let's click on next, or let's simply click on review plus create. And once that is done, then you can see the validation is done and the subscription that already auto populated, resource group that we selected, the region and the given name, and the pricing tier that is free. And let's click on create. You can see it's starting the initialization. submitting the deployment and it's in progress. You can see the status deployment is in progress for this vision service, and now deployment is done. So once we click on the go to resource, then we'll navigate to this vision service or computer vision service overview page where we'll get details or the activities. Then again go back to the home and create the speech service, and again let's follow the same steps. So let's click on create speech service. Here select the resource group that we created, and the region, that is Central India, the name TA speech demo, and the tier also free tier, and then let's click on review plus create, and it again validating the details that we entered. Everything is okay, then simply click on create, and once that is done, deployment is in progress, and you can see the speech service is also getting created. You can see this T-Vision demo, and once we refresh this, the speech is also getting added over here. This TA speech demo is listed in this category or the side menu. So we have to copy this key and endpoint to interact with our React app. So for that, I have copied this key one and the endpoint and added over here. So let's start our React app. Let's do npm start. And once that is done, let's try to see how our first vision AI service works. So let's see. I have downloaded two images. One is for car and one is for animal. So let's open this and let's click on this analyze image, and you can see this API is getting called, and you can see the response that is coming, that a small yellow car. So I have uploaded this car image, and now let's upload this again, this elephant image. Let's go choose image or choose file. Let's open and try to analyze this, and you can see an elephant text is added. So in this way you can create this vision AI service and use those for image recognition or analysis purpose. So now let's quickly again go to the Azure portal and copy the endpoint and keys for this speech API. And in that, once we enter anything, it will be converted into the audio. So again, we have to go again to the speech service, and in this endpoint key and endpoint we have to copy that. So I have already copied that. Let's go reload this and let's enter hello. This is Ame, and let's convert it into the speech, or you can see the audio is getting created and it is converted to the speech that we entered. So it will basically converted the text that we entered and into the speech. So that's all about Azure Cognitive Services for computer vision and speech. I hope you now understand how we can create these services in Azure portal and integrate them with simple React app or any other app. So of course you can take this further, optimizing these services, explore more advanced features, and even build powerful AI driven applications around them. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you out. And if you found this video very helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to support the channel. And as I always say, keep learning, happy coding, and I'll see you in the next chapter, because in the next chapter we are going to cover the remaining cognitive services, language and decision. So stay tuned, and until then, have a great day.